All right, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our Skill Builders series on social media for your business. My name is Jared Wise. I'm the Vice President of Marketing and Communications with Your Better Business Bureau. I have with me today two fabulous women who are with our BBB. Rebecca Harpster is our Community Outreach Coordinator, and Pearl Yan is our Communications Specialist. Both of them are social media pros when it comes to our organization. They've done very well on all of our platforms. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter, we're on LinkedIn, we're on Pinterest, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube. What else? Snapchat, yeah, Snapchat. We have our independent blog, bizbridge.org. So they really do a good job at pushing a lot of our information to the community with using pictures, using videos, very interactive, and they're out there giving speeches and presentations at events, and they're taking a lot of pictures while they're out there. So it really shows a lot of engagement with the community, and that's really important. And I think that you're going to learn a lot about that today, about how you can really engage with your customers when it comes to social media. So I'm going to give it away to Pearl and Rebecca and let them teach you everything you need to know about social media for your business. So ladies, take it away.
Thank you, Jared, for that wonderful introduction. So this is Rebecca, and welcome. Thank you guys for joining us today. I think this is going to be a fun presentation, and we're going to show you a lot of examples. And if you have any questions, just make sure to type them into the questions box on your little GoToMeeting panel, and we'll make sure to answer those. So social media for your business. Today we're going to talk about how to best use social media and how to use it to find new customers and connect with your current customers. So we're going to start out today talking a little bit about what is social media and why it's important. We'll go over some of the common platforms and give some information about how to choose which platforms your business should be on. And then we will give you some tips and tricks for things to post, when to post, go over current trends that are currently happening in social media, because it's always important to be on top of those. And then we'll also talk a little bit about paid social media. So that's when you pay a social network to boost posts or to acquire more followers, and that can help you reach new customers you're not already connected to. And finally, we will go over social media analytics, which can tell you a lot of information, and we'll show you our social media platforms as well. So I'm going to hand it off to Pearl now to talk about social media in general.
Hi everyone, so my name is Pearl and I'll be talking about why is social media important. I first wanted to give you an overview of what social media is. The definition from Webster is a form of electronic communication such as websites for social networking and microblogging through which users create online communities to share information, ideas, personal messages, and other content such as videos. So why is social media important for your business? From Pew Research, from 2016, around 70% of Americans use social media. And of course, millennials are the biggest users, but I mean, they hit all age groups. So all age groups use social media, and you can do this by influencing buying decisions, strengthening your brand, and you can be so creative and add a personality to your company. So it helps a lot to build business online visibility, and you can be found, and there are also reviews written upon you. So it's really important to be on social media, and we have a little GIF here of Beyonce's reaction when consumers find out that you're not on social media.
Because of the BBB theme, B.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yes,
Queen Bey. Yeah.
BBB and Beyonce. There's no technical affiliation, we wish. Okay, so social media can be confusing because there's so many different platforms out there, and it can be really hard to know which platforms your business should be on. It's tempting to, go and create an account on every platform, but that's not always the best choice. It's a lot of times better to focus on and succeed on 2 platforms than to be on 6 platforms but hardly ever post on them and not be consistent. So choosing your platforms is important. I think a great place to start is to perform a social media audit. And what that is you're just going to sit down and figure out what social media platforms your business is currently on. So, maybe you have a rogue Instagram account that was created a few years ago and is sitting around you've never actually used. So you want to figure out what you're on already. Then you want to focus on the demographics of your customers and people that you want to attract as customers. So different demographics, different age groups, and different types of people and businesses are on different social media platforms. So it's better to focus on the platforms that your customers are already on. When you post is going to depend on when your customers are most active on that platform, and we'll talk about that later, how you can figure that out by platform and through analytics yourself, which is really important. So now we're going to go through a few of the most common platforms, and there are more than just these out there, but these are some of the most frequently used ones. So starting off with Facebook. Facebook's considered the most widely used social media platform, and we recommend that all businesses do create a business Facebook page. Some businesses actually even use Facebook as their website, so we're not saying that's the right way to go, but it's a really great place to be found. And a lot of consumers will actually go to Facebook first to find a business rather than even Googling it. So if you don't have a Facebook page yet, you want to make sure to create a business page. So that makes sure that you don't want to create a personal page, because in a personal page you add friends and you have more of a network. A business page, people like you and follow you. So it's a little bit of a different setup. On your page, you want to make sure, first off, to have a good profile picture and cover photo, something that's going to identify you, like your logo or maybe your storefront. And you want to add a lot of information, so your hours, pictures. If you have an accredited business seal, it's a great place to upload it to your Facebook page. And if you have questions about how to do that, you can ask your account manager and they'll be happy to help. So a little bit about when to post on Facebook. We recommend posting about 1 to 2 times a day. And Facebook's great because you can post about tons of different stuff. So, pictures of office activities or community outreach, content from your website or blog. You can post a positive customer review, a story, something like that. Another great feature of Facebook is Facebook Live. And we'll talk about a little bit more about Live later on, but it's a great way to really connect with people and expand your reach. So next, Google. And when I talk about Google, I'm not talking about Google+, which is a platform you may have heard of. It never really took off. I'm talking just your basic Google My Business listing. And having one of these is really important for local search engine optimization, and it's going to help people find you online. So let's say a customer needs something printed, and they're going to just Google print shop. And what's going to pop up are businesses that are on Google, and the ones that are close are going to pop up first. You want to make sure you're there so that when people look for you, they find you. Your listing is free. You can create it at google.com/mybusiness. And if you already have one, just make sure your information is up to date. So your hours, location, phone number, email, and add pictures if you want. Another important thing is to make sure to monitor and respond to any reviews that you get on your listing, because that's going to make you look more engaged. Moving on to Twitter. So Twitter is a really popular platform, and it's a very global platform. So if you have customers around the world, this is a really great option for your business. It's also a good option for customer service, but do expect that users often want you to respond quickly when they tweet at you. So I know BBB will get tweets pretty frequently from people wanting to complain about a business or even telling us how great a business is. And it's important for us to respond to those quickly and give them the right information. So whether it's to the business profile to help them file a complaint or a customer review, or just responding and letting them know that we heard them, really makes them feel valued and heard, which is really important for your brand. So Twitter is great because you can post a bunch a day. So you can post up to 15 times a day, and that's okay. It's a great place to post company updates, content from your blog or website, information about your business, industry insight. One thing to look out for, though, is that there is a 140 character max limit on your tweets. So if you want to tell a long story, you want to probably leave that to something like Facebook. Moving on to LinkedIn, which is over here. So LinkedIn is a professional business networking site. So it's a little bit more serious than other platforms, and it's great if your business targets other businesses or business professionals. So if you're a B2B business, LinkedIn is really where you want to be. We post about once every weekday on LinkedIn, and it's a good place for company updates, industry insights, and expert opinions related to the professional world. Moving on to YouTube. So YouTube is a video platform. If you want to watch a music video or a how-to video, all sorts of stuff, you can go to YouTube. I know video can sound intimidating, and it may be difficult if you've never done one before, but it's actually a lot easier than you think. So videos can be short and easy to do. For example, a list video. So if you want to say the top 5 tips for painting your house, you can do that quickly. Just record yourself. Funny videos, tutorials, review videos are all popular on YouTube. YouTube's great because you can include calls to action in your videos and on your channel, so people can be driven to your website. So even if you only post one video a month, that's great, and it really keeps people aware that you're up to date and that you are doing new things. Make sure to have your videos evoke emotion. So you don't want something boring, no one's going to watch that. So try to make people laugh or cry or just feel something. So the last one we're going to talk about today is Snapchat. So Snapchat is one of the fastest growing social networks, and the majority of the users are young. So 18 to 32 or even younger, a lot of high schoolers on Snapchat. So Snapchat is a really great way to reach younger customers. If that's who you're trying to reach, this is maybe the best place to do it. But it can be resource intensive and can take some time and creativity. But Snapchat stories are a great way to add personality to your brand. So you can share a behind the scenes office shot, a funny moment. It's important to try to just tell stories. So if you have any of these questions about any of these platforms specifically, we will be happy to answer those.
All right, so next we have some tips and tricks we would like to offer you. And one of them is the most important aspect of your social media strategy, and it's consistency. Make sure to post frequently and consistently, not sporadically. It's important to have a game plan on what you plan to curate on your social media platforms. So a great way to stay consistent is through a marketing plan. And this can be done to create brand loyalty and an increase in following. Since you put in the effort every day and engage with your audience, it'll show in your following. So play around with what you post. You can post a variety of things such as links to your website, pictures of office activity, outreach events, positive customer feedback, and fun or informational videos. And another thing is time to post. So people are most active in the morning, around lunchtime, or in the evening. So really looking at your analytics to see what time your audience is online and see what posts do best is really important. Personally, I'm a blogger and influencer myself, and I see that my audience is really on at 6 p.m. So I found that's effective for me, and I get my reach that way. So for you, you would look through your analytics to see this is the time my audience is on, and this is the time I'm going to post to get the best, results. So we really suggest you look at the best times to post for your audience. And of course, engage with your audience. Oh, we're always on our Facebook account, so any messages, questions, or comments we reply to. We also try to reply within an hour to keep our audience engaged and also builds trust. So that's one thing we really value in our social media. And of course, let your personality shine through. Every brand has a personality, so let your business shine through social media. Have a distinct personality using humor or other tactics to help you stand out other brands, because there's so many brands out there and advertisement is just overloaded online. So make sure you stand out from the rest, and you can do that by those tactics. But please be careful on posting polarizing or political messages, as they can alienate current or potential customers. Save that for your personal accounts and not for business.
Yes, that is a good tip. So now, going into current trends. So this is really my favorite thing. One thing that's awesome about social media is how it's constantly evolving and changing. So it can be a little hard to keep your finger on the pulse, but it's easy to just stay up to date and just do some basic research and see what's popular currently. So this is the slide you're seeing. We have some examples from actually our social media accounts, except for this top one. We didn't actually post this, but so these are all some current trends. So like I talked about earlier, there is video and live video especially. So video right now is king of social media. It used to be pictures, before that it was links, but right now it's video. So that's going to get the most reach and the most engagement. Social media platforms like Facebook are going to boost video to the top so more people see them, which is really great for getting your brand out there. And a great way to do that is live video. So it's really easy to go live on Facebook and on Twitter through Periscope. You just record it directly through the platform. The example we have here is of a Facebook Live we did while our office was volunteering at the Alameda County Community Food Bank, which is a BBB accredited charity with us. We had a little challenge with BBB Cleveland after the NBA Finals. which is why we are wearing this. You can't really tell, but this is LeBron here. So that was kind of a good excuse to do live. So if you're ever going out of the office at an event, we like to do a live video. So we have our Secure Your ID Day coming up in October in South San Francisco, and we'll probably do a Facebook Live for that as well. And we also are going to be doing a Facebook Live tomorrow morning, so keep your eye out for that. I'm not going to tell you what it's about, so make sure to tune in. It's going to be fun. So doing live videos is Facebook's favorite thing. So if you're live, they're going to make sure people see it. Your followers will actually get a notification when you go live. So it'll come to them. So that's a really great way to get yourself out there. And even if you don't do a live video, there are other videos you can do. So even like a short 15-second video is going to get a lot more views than a link on Facebook or Twitter. So just try. There are a lot of online tools to help you, but they can be simple, short, even text-based videos. You don't need to be in it yourself if you don't want, because I know some people are a little camera shy. One tip is to make sure you upload the video directly to the platform and not just post a link from your YouTube channel. You're going to get a lot more views if you upload the video directly to Facebook or Twitter than if you just post a link to a video on YouTube. And that's pretty easy to do as well. So a meme. A definition of a meme is a picture, video, or text that gets shared really quickly over the internet, usually on social media, and it's copied, but it's copied with alterations. So what makes a meme really great is that they are very easy to edit and adapt for your specific business or industry. So for example, this is, oops, my bad. This is a meme that is currently probably like the meme of the month, I would say, on social media. It's really popular, so you might have seen it with all sorts of different descriptions in these little boxes. So here, there's a scammer trying to get this consumer, and she's upset. The scammer's upset that the consumer is checking BBB because we're going to warn them and help them avoid the scam. So that's kind of an example of how you can adapt a meme for your specific business or industry. And it's pretty easy to do. It just requires a little bit of creativity, but there are a lot of examples online. Down here, we have an example of an infographic. So an infographic is a visual representation of data or numbers. So this we posted a few months, or in July, or beginning of August probably, and this breaks down some of our stats. Stats are not always the most fun to read. They aren't the most engaging. So an infographic is a great way to present them in a way that's going to draw people's attention. So with pictures and colors and making them look, pop out at you. So this says, how many new complaints we opened in July, how many inquiries received, verified customer reviews, and scam tracker reports. And it's a really good way to, show off your numbers and show off your data in a way that's attention grabbing and is going to really engage people. And again, pictures are a lot better than just plain text posts. So if you can put something in a picture and make it pretty, that's going to get more reach. And down here, the last one we have is a GIF. So that Beyonce GIF we showed in the beginning is an example of a GIF as well. And a GIF, also pronounced GIF, depending on how you feel about it, is a short video. So it's a very short, like 2 to 3 second long video that loops. Last week actually was National Talk Like a Pirate Day. So we posted this GIF of a cat dressed up as a pirate, and in the video he's like walking, and it's pretty cute and funny. And that's just a good way to engage, stay on top of things, and it draws people's attentions. GIFs get a lot of good reach because they're a video and they're funny, so it's a really good way to show off your personality. I love cats, so that was that made me want to post that more. And here we have some more examples of content to post. So one thing I want to point out is that we're talking about different content you can post on each platform, and sometimes you are going to post unique content to different platforms, but some of those stuff you can post on every platform. So for example, this middle picture is a picture of our office on Football Spirit Day a few weeks ago, which we did to celebrate the beginning of the NFL season, and we posted that on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So, you don't have to think, if you're on 3 platforms, you don't have to think of a different thing for each one necessarily. A lot of the stuff you can repurpose, which is great and can save you a lot of time. So this first one we have here is a Facebook post, and this is a link to a news story that we were featured in through ABC, we were interviewed on advice for donating to Hurricane Harvey relief efforts. So this is a good post because it is very topical. So when this was posted, you know, there was a lot being talked about Hurricane Harvey, which there still is, and people were really wanting to donate. So this got a lot of reach because this was already on the top of people's minds, and they were looking for the information. It's nice because we were featured in it, so it's relevant. We're kind of showing off that we're in the news. And one thing I want to point out is that we tagged ABC7 News and Michael Finney, who ran the piece. So tagging people in your posts is a good way to gain reach if you collaborated with them, or with something like that, because they'll see that, they might be more likely to share it as well or like it. And then when they share it, their followers will see it too. This middle picture, like I said, is an Instagram post of our Football Spirit Day. So Instagram, like I said earlier, is a great place to show off your office culture and fun moments. So this was us kind of, having fun and enjoying football season. So it shows a less serious side to BBB, which is great. You want to show off your personality. And the third one we have is a Twitter post. And a lot of times on Twitter, we like to share business tips and tricks. We're a community of businesses. We want to help our accredited businesses. We offer a lot of business resources. So sharing business tips on Twitter is one way we do that. So this one is about boosting business sales over Labor Day. And again, it's very topical. We post it close to Labor Day, and it's already on people's minds. One thing I want to point out as well are the hashtags we use. So hashtags are very important on Instagram and Twitter. People can search for hashtags, and that's going to help you get found. So here I hashtagged business and Labor Day. So if people were looking for business information, they would find it, or people were looking for Labor Day posts. On Instagram, we hashtagged football, and there are a lot more hashtags down there. We probably hashtagged Raiders and 49ers and Packers and all sorts of stuff, and that's going to really help your reach. The last thing I wanted to point out is that we've shared a lot of examples for what to post, but it really depends on your business as well. So if you have, for example, coupons or deals or daily specials, that's a really great thing to post on your social media. And that's going to make customers want to follow you because they're looking out for what's new, and that's important.
So next we wanted to quickly touch upon paid social media. So social media, as you can see, is a great tool to connect with your customers for free. However, you'll be able to reach a bigger audience just by investing in advertisement, and that's by paid advertisement in social media. So for example, our Ask BBB campaign on Instagram populates great engagement and exposure. It continues to do it, and it's been doing it for a couple months. We've seen, as you can see, over 1,000 likes on a post, so it's still growing, and hopefully we'll reach 2,000 to 3,000 by the end of our campaign. And depending on the platform, you can really advertise for just a few dollars a day. You can choose about $5 minimum on Facebook, and since Facebook bought Instagram, we can see a lot of the changes that are being made, and it's reflected in a way where they run paid advertisements. So for Facebook, you can really target a specific audience. You can really target on location, age groups, interests, keywords, etc. And that's just to name a few of what you can do on Facebook with paid social, but it's really growing. Like, they add different things that you can target upon to really get the right audience that you want to reach.
Yes. So, it's great to reach people organically, but sometimes you do have to throw in a little extra in order to reach those new customers you might not be able to find otherwise. So next we have analytics. So analytics are super, super important, and they're also easy to ignore. So it's important that you're aware of them and know how to pay attention to them. So analytics tools vary by platform. So different platforms will tell you different analytics specifically, but up here we have examples of Twitter and Facebook. And Twitter and Facebook both also have more analytics, and so does every other platform. So they can break down your followers, how different posts do, your engagement, your reach, all sorts of stuff. There's so much information out there. The hard part is just understanding it and knowing where to find it. So the analytics tool is going to be your best friend when it comes to knowing what content to post and when to post it. So maybe for you, videos do better, pictures do better, certain subject matters might do better, certain times of the day might do better. And using analytics is how you can figure out what does best for your business. And that's really important because you want to be spending your limited resources. I know you guys are all busy business owners. You have so much going on. You don't really have that much time. You don't want to waste your time creating content for social media that's not going to get a lot of reach when you could be focusing on stuff that you know is going to be more successful. So just really, analytics is the best way to do that. So you want to stay on top of what your followers want from you and what people respond to and engage with. And this is only going to strengthen your brand and increase your follower loyalty. But remember, you always want to stay true to yourself and your values when you're on social media. So this is up here we have some examples. So this is an example of our analytics from February 2017 on Twitter. And it tells you our top tweet, our top follower, our top mention, and our top media tweet. So we can see, this doesn't actually say the times right here, but if you clicked on it, you could see. So maybe these are both posted in the afternoon. Then we could say, okay, maybe the afternoon is going to do better. Facebook, this is the best place. Facebook has so many analytics, but if you're looking to see which posts do better, so in terms of what type of post and when you posted it, publishing tools is going to be your best friend. So if you go to your page, up here you have page, inbox, notifications, insights, publishing tools. You want to click on that, and that's going to tell you all of the posts you posted. So these are our posts from September 18th, so that was last Thursday, Wednesday maybe, to this morning. So that I got the screenshot like 1 minute after we posted this one up here. That's why we have 0 reach. So don't don't judge us for that. But this is really great because you can see how many clicks, actions you got, and the reach. So these 2 pictures we posted got a lot of reach, and they're pictures, so we can kind of glean information from that. Pictures tend to do well. Different times of day tend to do better. This was a link post actually down here that got almost the second amount of clicks, and this was about cars that have been destroyed by flooding in recent natural disasters and hurricanes. And so since that was topical, people, it was on their mind, so it got a lot of clicks and actions. So if your analytics are the best way to help you figure out what is going to do best for your page specifically. So it's hard for us to tell you, what the best thing is to post and what the best time is to post. It's going to be specific to your business and your social media platforms.
And of course, we have to show you our social media platforms. We're currently present on 7 different platforms, and we post about 1 to 3 times a day, varying by which platform. So for example, Facebook and Twitter, we post about 2 to 3 times daily, and Instagram and LinkedIn would be once daily. And we post a lot of different things, as you saw from our examples, from important tips and tricks, event highlights, articles, as well as GIFs, memes, and videos. So really play around with what you do, but that's what we have on ours, so you can take, for example. We also reach about 100,000 people a month through our Facebook alone, and our YouTube has about 44,000 views on it currently. So we would love to stay connected with you all, so be sure to follow us on our platforms to stay updated with what we're doing.
So now we're going to actually show you. So this is our Facebook page at GGBBB, and yeah, it's pretty spiffy. So this is the thing you saw earlier, but now it's been reached more. So this is a link to today's webinar actually. So that's an upcoming event. We posted this last week. This was an event we attended Saturday, so we wanted to alert people to that. It was the first day of fall. We posted a picture for that. And this is a good idea because it's, again, very topical. People are thinking about it. People like that. We have our Twitter. This is an example of a business tip we posted today. 4 actions you must take to find your opportunity.
It's probably important to point out, too, on both of those, the banners.
Yes.
So making sure that you have a very consistent banner among all of your platforms so that people are familiar with your particular brand. So like if you have a logo, it would be a good idea to make sure that's on all of your platforms.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and as you can see, we have the Ask BBB. That's our current campaign, so we have that as our banner for both of these. Instagram, and again, so you can see some of these posts we post on all platforms. So this first day of fall, we post on Facebook and Instagram. We have our Pinterest, which we didn't talk about Pinterest, but it's a great place to post your own content. Our YouTube channel, and again, focusing on Ask BBB. we have our independent blog, BizBridge, and we like to direct a lot of traffic here through our posts. So this has a lot of good information for businesses and consumers. And of course, we have our LinkedIn. And we post updates on here too. So for example, we posted about this webinar. That's a, it's a resource for businesses. That's why LinkedIn is a great place to post it. So yes, please follow us. We would love it. Engage with us, comment on our stuff, and we will comment back because it's always good to respond to every comment message you get.
Awesome. Good job. That was great. And then, so if you have any questions, that's all right. If you have any questions, it's a good chance to ask them right now. Like I said, Rebecca and Pearl are very good about posting regularly. They have a plan. They work well together on making sure that our pages are well kept, and we're posting relevant information and important information too, and fun stuff too, because we'll do fun stuff for the staff. That's pretty neat to show, and then also so it shows our fun culture. So we're not just a boring organization. People can actually see, oh, you all have a great personality. So it's nice to be able to show that and do the lives, and we'll do that live again tomorrow, and also when we do shred days also. So once again, if you have any questions, it looks like we may have one. Someone likes Beyonce, so well done. So boo Beyonce. So one question is, do you recommend hiring a designer for unique content for my business? If so, where would I go about searching for one? Oh, well, we can tell you where to go. So, so that's the easy part, yes. I think. But, I mean, would you all recommend at least having someone do a designer, like, to create your page if you can?
Yeah, I think making it look professional for your page is really important. Like, I don't know, being cohesive, like you were saying, with the banners, having it specific to that platform and having a logo is really important so people actually know that it's your brand. Because there's some businesses that have a similar name, and they wouldn't know if the logos, they don't have a logo. So having a specific logo is very iconic, and it's also visual. So people that don't remember by word, they remember by visual. So,
yeah, good point.
Yeah, I would suggest it.
Yeah, and then also if you do have like special like ad campaign or something that you're running and a special on with your business, maybe your product or service that you're highlighting for a particular month, it might be a good opportunity to get with a designer so you can highlight that and make that your banner for the month. You know, if it's a special month or you're doing something special, or if you're hosting an event, that's also an opportunity to maybe have a designer come in to jazz up, you know, some pictures you might have to make it really engaging. So people will be like, oh wow, that looks really cool. I want to come out to that event, or I want that product, or I want that service. So that is a really good opportunity for that. And then the great place to go to look for that is actually BBB.org. So if you go in there, on our website, our search was recently updated, so our search is being more user-friendly now. So if you go to BBB.org and search web designer or designer, some options will start popping up, and that will guide you to our AB directory. So, and it's localized to your area, so you'll be able to go through a list of accredited businesses that are web designers. So that will be helpful. But the good news about web designers, you don't necessarily have to be local for that. So they can pretty much design, and they don't have to be in your state. So that's the good opportunity for that as well. But good question. How to link, so another question, how to link all these pages together. So, and I know you all use a platform for that, right?
Yes, well, so if you're saying like how to link them, it's important to have all of these posted on your web page. That's really important. So if you look at our homepage, if you scroll to the bottom, it has all of our social media there. And in terms of another, I think, which is where you're going, Jared, is that there are tools that can help you manage all of this. Personally, we use a tool called Hootsuite, and that shows you all of your social media feeds on one page. And you can schedule posts there, see posts there for a variety of different platforms. So that's a good way to keep it all organized as well.
And it's a one-stop shop. So you can go there, and like you said, scheduling is a big thing too, because I know we have to schedule. So we're not, as many as you would think, you probably think that Rebecca or Pearl is posting at midnight sometimes. You're like, oh, they're like, they just never sleep.
You're really committed. Yeah, really.
But you can actually post on different times of the day and set them for the weekend, for instance, or you know, when your staff are out, maybe your social media person is out for a week, you can schedule your posts for the entire week. And Hootsuite is a great place to do that because you can just do it all in one place, and then you'll have to go to each one and try to like post it. So that is a good platform, but that's another good question. Another one is, I'm a small business, how can I afford this? Well, I think the easy question about that is that social media is actually inexpensive.
Yeah,
so it's all about taking more of the time. So yeah, when it comes to costs for social media, it's more about the time you invest in it. And I know that's very important to a lot of you all, but it does take a little bit of time to get everything together, to make sure it's maintained, make sure you're responding to your consumers and customers too. But I mean, can you think of anything else that might help a small business that, you know?
I think organization is really important. So having a marketing plan, a social media plan can really help you. Even if, you know, for example, our platform, we, you know, post 5 times a day on Twitter, but I take probably, you know, 10 minutes to schedule all of that a day in advance. So if you do it all in one block, that can save you a lot of time instead of doing it sporadically throughout the day. And another good idea is to turn on notifications. So let's say you get a mention on Facebook or Twitter or a comment, you can get an email notification about that. And that way you don't actually have to be on the platform checking all the time. You'll just know if you get one, and that can save you time as well.
Good.
Also, choosing the right platform is important. You don't have to be on all 7 or 8 platforms, but choosing the ones you think will work for your business the best, and, you know, putting more time into that and creating the right content is what's beneficial.
Yeah, for instance, like if you're selling toys or something, if you're selling something that caters to kids, I mean, or youngsters that hopefully have their parental guidance that are allowing them to buy products, would be like Snapchat. So I mean, that's obviously the one that 13 to 17-year-olds, that's the #1 platform they're on beyond Facebook. So right now, that's the big one most people are going to younger age, but Facebook is your main platform. So for everything, you should have a Facebook page, and that should be your main one for anything. So that's another good one. So any tips or suggestions on sharing other company or people posts?
Yeah, that's a great idea, because social media is all about connection. So not only connecting to your customers, but connecting to other businesses. So if we are mentioned in a post from maybe another BBB or a news platform that they featured us on, it's always a good idea to share that. I think if you're ever tagged in something, you should share it. And another point is, for example, other BBBs often post really good content, like business tips or cool stuff like that on social media. And sharing it is great because it can, you know, it's valuable for your customers too, and it shows support for other businesses.
Yeah, also depending on what your business is, if it's selling a certain product and you have influencers wearing your shirts, you know, you can repost that, and it shows that, you know, people are actually engaging in what you're doing, and it shows that it's not just paid advertisement all the time, it's organic and it's actually being used.
Yeah, on that point too, like if you get like a positive, someone tweets at your business and says how great you are, that would be a great thing to share too.
Good. And this is a good comment too, is one sale from a good advertisement can pay for a year of ads for a small business. So, I mean, that's just making sure if you have a really good post, it is about quality too. So if you can make a good quality post that's unique, that no one else is doing, that's also where virality kicks in. So for all those people out there that become these sensations on YouTube that are viral stars, you know, it's because they create something unique that no one else sees. Whether it's funny, whether it's emotional, they create that viral moment by just being unique. So think of it that way. Is there a unique way to show your product or service? That's the way that you'll create more engagement and more sharing and so forth. So yeah, I mean, if you can find that good advertisement for free, if you found something that's really cool and you do it, you know, just do a quick post and it becomes viral, I mean, you could be the next Apple. So it's like, I mean, probably not that big, but still, I mean, there's opportunity there also. How about Yelp? Any suggestions? I mean, just like anything, it's good to be on every platform if you can be. So Google, BBB, Yelp, It's good to just maintain and at least look at them too, because most businesses have multiple accounts with multiple organizations and companies. It's always good to keep your eye out and just see where you are on each of the platforms. Are you responding to customer reviews, to complaints? Make sure that you're always responsive, and that's what a lot of people see. If they see you're kind of gone quiet and you're not responding to things, that could be a problem for your business. So make sure you're always being responsive no matter what, because that could really help in the long run. Once again, you don't have to get everything the customer is asking for, but you just have to make a good faith effort to try. And then here's another good comment. One viral video can reach billions, and you're completely right. So I mean, there's people that have, you know, come out of their parents' basement that have created a funny video one night just for being goofy, and now are superstars, and you know, have made a ton of money just because they create that one viral moment that went off. So yeah, if you can create a good viral video, I mean, I think that's a goal in any company or organization. There, all the social media experts at everybody's a company is all thinking like, oh gosh, how can I make this video go viral? I mean, I know I talked to Pearl and Rebecca about that. It's like, how can we make the next video go viral? I'm like, what can we do without going too out of the bounds and being too crazy? But you know, but we want to think about that too. I think it's really important. And then please, someone made a good comment, and you know, I mean, whether we can agree or not is, you know, please remind people to stay away from politics. So another good comment. I mean, you have to be really careful on your company and business pages. You need to stay very much within the guides of your company or organization. Don't be too personal with your posts, and make sure that the people that are running your sites don't become too personal with them. And make it more about them, because it is about your company and your organization. It's not about them. So think of it that way too. Make sure you have clear guidelines when it comes to your social media pages, so that way you stick within those bounds, because you don't want to get, you know, unfortunately, like political, religious, things that are like could be very touchy subjects. You don't want that to be associated with your company, because that could go the wrong way. Another good question, do you think advertising on Yelp is worth it? I mean, that's up to you. I mean, so everyone needs to think of the platforms that serve them best. So it's just about doing research and what you think is best about which organization or company or platform you want to use to advertise. We currently are advertising on Facebook and Instagram right now. And we're getting good engagement. So that's the good thing about that, is that we're getting in front of millennials, you know, we're getting in front of youngsters too. So it's nice that we're being able to get the brand out in front of more and more people. So yeah, it's advertised. You just have to do your own research on that to see what works best for you and your company.
And what's nice is you can sometimes invest just a small amount of money and buy, you know, one ad and see how well it does before you invest a large amount of money on any one platform.
Exactly. Good point. Yeah, and you need to put a plan together. We do a plan every year to plan out our social media, or we're going to pay for everything. So it's a research and it's a process, but in the long run, it's good for your company and your business. So yeah, just make sure you do your research, make sure you put a plan together, make sure you have guidelines in place and specific people, and be really careful about your Facebook page is connected to your like if you're an administrator on your Facebook page, that means you have it on your phone too. So as the personal person, you can switch back and forth between your company page and your Facebook page, but you don't want to go out one night and say, oh, look, me and Tim are out partying, woo, and accidentally post on your company page. So you have to be really careful about that. So make it very clear who's in charge of your Facebook, and Twitter's the same thing. Because you want to make sure that, you know, if it's a fun night out, that it's not a fun night out for the company, it's a fun night out for the person, so it's posting on their page and not the company's page.
Yeah. One time I accidentally went live on my personal page instead of on our business page. So that's, you know, vice versa. You just always have to double check.
And that happens. It really does. Yeah. But yeah, it's just one thing to kind of think about. You have to be really conscious about how you're using your social media. And once again, you have to make sure that you have the right people in place, the guidelines in place also. Another question, how about budget? What's a good amount of paid ads on Facebook? So I will tell you that, you know, it just depends. I mean, it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. You can range anywhere from, you could pay $100 to anywhere to thousands of dollars. depending on how far you want the reach to go. So, I mean, that's kind of it just depends on what you're trying to sell. If you really want to like reach a lot of people and try to sell for a lot of people, like if you're doing a limited time, you know, a limited product or service that you're offering, let's say, let's just give the pumpkin spice latte. You know, it's only offered seasonal, right? So it's like if you're just trying to sell the pumpkin spice latte, then you're only going to want it for October, November. So you only want it 2 months, so you want to sell a lot of those probably. So you'll probably pay a little bit more for selling something that's limited like that too. So you might see that pop up on social media feeds. Now that I say it, it might pop up on my feed now too. So I might have a pumpkin spice latte later. So it's just something to kind of think about a little bit too. Any other questions? I think that rounded out the questions. I don't think we missed anything. I'm running back through them just to make sure we answered them all. But yeah, if you have any questions, you have Pearl and Rebecca's information on the screen right now. So feel free to reach out to them. They'll be happy to answer. They do such a good job, and I'm very proud of them. So just make sure, feel free to reach out if you have any more questions from here. But thank you for joining us, Pearl, Rebecca. Thank you. Very good presentation today.
Thank you.
And then for everybody else, tune in for next month, and we'll have another fantastic series. And then watch our Facebook Live tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. So we're releasing a very in-depth study that I think will get a lot of good reach itself. So at least we're hoping. So please tune in. And for all of you, have a fantastic day and a good rest of the week. Happy Monday.